Hi, I'm David Traversi, and this is part of our series called How to Sell Your Business. In preparing to sell, you'll want to consider how to contact your potential buyers. 20 years ago, phone calls and personal meetings were the best way to present investment opportunities. Today, people don't have the time to invest in phone calls or meetings unless there's a reasonable likelihood that it will be productive. Therefore, you really can't reach anyone unsolicited over the phone and certainly can't book a meeting with them. You must contact them by email, and your entire chance of hooking the interest of your target depends on the content of your email. First, it must be professional, well written, and contain no typos. Second, it must be brief. No one has time to read through a lengthy email. They'll delete it just on the basis of length. Third, it must hook the reader with a powerful message that engenders their greed, or in some cases, fear. Finally, it must inspire action, which is an email response or a phone call. In our case study, Patsy might craft something like this. We understand you may have an interest in the pet services industry. My business, established 10 years ago, has grown at a compounded annual rate of 20% since inception. We've been an industry leader in all respects, including technology, operations, marketing, customer experience. We're currently exploring our strategic alternatives and invite you to contact me at, and then provide the email and the phone number if you would like to learn more. Thank you. We suggest not stopping with one email. At a certain point, you really risk ticking someone off with repeated unsolicited emails. But we know that many emails are never read because they're automatically routed to spam or they're ignored or misunderstood. So we suggest 3 emails, and if they haven't responded to any of those, they aren't your buyer. In our book, How to Sell Your Business, we provide a couple templates for those follow-up emails. For those that respond to your email and express an interest in a phone call, we strongly advise making it a video call. Although not as effective as an in-person meeting, it has become, since the pandemic, a very effective medium, more effective than a mere voice call. And prior to that call, prepare, and prepare. Prepare concise answers to the most expected questions. No busy potential buyer wants a lot of superfluous detail. They simply do not have the time or patience. They would rather pass on the deal than be bored with detail they don't want. We can't list every potential question every potential buyer will ask you, but we can list the major categories, and you can prepare a list of the most likely questions and your responses in each category. They would likely include formation and history, ownership, objectives, strategy, product or services, market and competition, management, operations, sales and marketing, financial, human resources and employees, compensation, insurance, facilities, major contracts, IT, proprietary technology or rights, regulations, environmental, partnerships, customer care, quality control or assurance, litigation, tax returns, and acquisitions and dispositions. Thank you, and look for future episodes of How to Sell Your Business.